Hi, it's Sharyne from Sharyne Films, and I'm gonna make a video, well, a one-on-one one, because I haven't done that before, and I thought I'd try it, and plus it would be a lot of writing if I typed all of this up. So I'm gonna do an overview of the year and how I've contributed, so basically a summary of the year and what I've done. Yeah. Okay, so first we did the prelim, and Stelina and I acted in that, and Chloe filmed. I think the filming was really good in that, and well, our acting could have been a lot better, yeah. And I did all the editing for that. I do remember having a few issues with editing on Adobe Premiere Elements, yeah, because it kept, like, it was really jittery, is that the word? No. It kept like pausing and it wouldn't show me everything, it wouldn't play it back properly, but I ended up doing it fine in the end, and I think the editing turned out really good for that. And then there was the research and planning, which I did most of, and I think I did it sufficiently, and I did quite a lot, and I put a lot of effort into that, as I do want a good grade. So that was the research and planning. So again, I did most of it. I did extra stuff, a lot of extra stuff. I even did, I think, 2 movie reviews and linked it back to our opening, just like similar things. And then for the actual final video, our opening sequence, well, starting from the beginning, the ident. Originally, Stelina made the ident and she put a lot of effort into it, and I think it was good, and she put a lot of like time into it, and the idea was really good, and I think it would have turned out really good, but all her work got lost somehow, and she only managed to find it on the day we were meant to finish our thriller. So I made one a few days before, maybe a week before, so we had one, and that turned out pretty good for the amount of time I did it in, and my teacher seemed to like it, so yeah. So then the music, which I made, so the beginning, in the beginning there is a lullaby, and I did that. I wrote that myself. I did music, I play piano, so I wrote it into a music software and used the playback of the software, so I exported it on that software, as if I played it and recorded it, it wouldn't have sounded as like computerized, if you get me, and it wouldn't have been sustained. And so the music, and then for the rest of the music, the main part of the music, I did that on GarageBand, and GarageBand I've already used before because I did music for a GCSE, and so I was very familiar with it, although I didn't use GarageBand for my GCSE, I used something else, but I still had a go at it. So I was very familiar with GarageBand already, so I was no learning with that. And I did the opening music fairly quickly, and originally it wasn't for that, it was just for practice, and my group ended up liking it, so we used that for it, and I just made it longer and added on another layer or 2, and that was the music. And I changed the music a lot, especially the lullaby, the lengths, throughout like a course of a month maybe, and we ended up using the original one, as otherwise it would have been very long. And then yeah, that's music. So I made the music. More in the music, I added in Foley sound, and I think that it was a good use where we used it. I recorded typing sounds at my house, and I recorded scrolling sounds at my house as well, and I added them on top of the whole typing bit. Stelina and I filmed whilst Chloe acted, and Stelina, she did the main filming, and I was there just like looking over her shoulder, as she really wanted to do the filming, and I think she did a really good job of it. And there were some bits that I filmed when Stelina wasn't there, as she had lessons, so we both filmed. Anyway, back onto filming. So yeah, Stelina did a really good job at filming, and we had to film the rope bits for where the titles are, the rope, picking up the rope, dragging it along the screen. The first time, Spelina filmed it, and Chloe was dragging the rope along and stuff. But Chloe didn't bring in her camera that day, so we had to use a school camera. So it was at a worse quality than the rest of our videos. So our next lesson, Chloe and I filmed it again, and so Chloe dragged the rope along, picked it up and stuff, and I filmed it and told her what to do and stuff. And then when it came to editing that, I think I managed to put in the titles well with that, especially the one when the rope is dragging across the screen and then the titles just like come in after. I think that was a very good effect to put in. And then also the rope when she drops it and then it comes down and then like to at the bottom of the screen, and then title like is there where the rope is, like where the rope ends. With the editing, yeah, I with the layering of the text over the screencasts, I think that was a really good effect, as you can see what she's googling and what she's researching. And onto the titles now. I did a few screencasts for our video so we could overlay them on top of footage we had. So the first screencast I did, which was just googling, normal googling, I did that on my computer at home, so we wouldn't have to do it in school and we would have more time to edit it all. And then I ended up doing another screencast in school to add on titles, so I had to change the whole theme of Google to black, so the background was all black, there was no white at all. And I did a screencast and scrolled through images of woods, and I think that was really good to put titles on, as it like builds you up to all the typing scenes. And then so that goes on to so editing. I did most of the editing and I spent a lot of time doing it. I went during my frees and during lunch times, and I put a lot of effort into it, as at the beginning we were struggling a lot as we didn't have a lot of footage, and then we gradually built it up and we had quite a lot of footage as we filmed on multiple days. I think I did a really good job with editing for what we had, and yeah, I changed the editing a lot, and especially the ending, as we didn't know what to do. So once we got our teacher, Mr. Gillett, to look at it, he said he doesn't want the big reveal right at the end when the big bang comes at the end. He wants it just before. So when we have the squares or rectangles like in the corner of each screen at the end, the 4 last shots we see at the end in each corner, for the second and fourth one I flashed the images that were meant to be at the end on top of that. I was originally going to do it in the corner where the black bits are, but it didn't work and it didn't look good, so I tried it on top of the image for like half a second or a second and then took it off straight away, and I think it was good. And I asked some people to look at it and look at the difference, and they seemed to like the flashing on top of the image and then the image coming back on. They liked that better than the reveal at the end. The titles were, I think, took the longest to decide on, as first we were going to go with plain text and they were going to be on a black background, and we decided we wanted to change it because it was quite simple. So I did the screencast for the titles, and then we filmed the rope with Chloe picking up the rope. Yeah, and so I put all of that in and I edited the titles in, and then we decided to change the text font as it was very simple and boring, and we changed it to like a distorted kind of typewriter sort, which one of our teachers told us to find, which Chloe found, and then I downloaded it and changed all the titles on my own. I changed the titles to that font, and I added the effects on again and moved around the titles so it wouldn't be blocking anything, and put them in places which looked suitable and not just put them anywhere because they were blocking something. So like with the rope dragging along, I put the title so it would appear after the rope went past it. And then with the, again, before, as I said the rope one before, and then when it drops at the bottom and then the title's there. Also, the main title, Cognizance, we kept the original text as when Chloe and Selena went out to film the original rope stuff with her picking it up. I was trying to look for effects to add to the title to make it look like a title. So when I was doing that and I applied one of the effects, and Selena walked in and said she really liked it, so we went with that, and it really shows that it's the title, as the text is different and it's bold, simple, but still like somehow adds an effect. And then where the title of the movie comes in is where the music changes and adds on a layer, so that like signifies the title, the change in music. And yeah, I think that's it. So as you can tell, I've put in a lot of effort this year, and it was quite stressful. Yeah, I did quite a lot. I edited the prelim on my own. I did a lot of the research and planning and more. I made the ident, and unfortunately it got lost. The files, she couldn't open the files, something was wrong with the programs or something, so that was unfortunate because I really liked her ident, like the ideas she had, and it would have been really good if she would have been able to stick with it. And then the music I did, which was fairly easy because I do music already. I am already kind of a musician because I play piano and I'm like aware of music. I've written music before as I did GCSE, and I got an A for one of my compositions in my GCSE. Filming, yeah, I did some of the filming alongside with Stelina. Yeah, so thanks for watching this video. This is everything, all the effort I've put in this year, which was a lot, and yeah, all I've contributed to Strider Films. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.